Luke 21:11. And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines, great pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. Shalom. Before I begin, I want to start off by giving our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. I double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. You know, peace and salutations unto the elect. Alright, so today's lesson is going to be on this earthquake right here that says prelim 5.2 magnitude earthquake followed by at least 60 aftershocks in Southern California. So, this was posted yesterday at 5:35, so it's pretty brand new, August 7th. All right. So, you know, there's been a lot of earthquakes lately. All right, there's been a lot of earthquakes lately, and 5.2 isn't a small earthquake. You look at earthquakes, at some more dangerous ones are at 7. This isn't that far from that, and you can definitely feel a 5.2 earthquake. So it says, Kern County, California, a preliminary 5.2 magnitude earthquake, followed by dozens of aftershocks, was reported in Southern California. According to the United States Geological Survey, the first earthquake happened around 9:09 p.m. Tuesday with a preliminary magnitude of 5.2. Initially, reports said 5.7 before the USGS updated the numbers. The center of the shake was reported about 15.5 miles southwest of Lamont in Kern County, with a depth of about 7.3 miles. Lamont is roughly 100 miles north from downtown Los Angeles. Right, and I live pretty close to downtown LA, and it's about what I'd say 10 minutes in car, probably like 7 minutes honestly in car. If there's no traffic, but it's a pretty substantial earthquake. And we don't really get much of those. Last earthquake I felt was probably like 2-3 years ago that I've actually felt. And this one was 15. I think it said 15 miles southwest. Which of Lamont, and Lamont is around 100 miles from downtown LA. So if we felt it here, this is a big earthquake. All right. Just seconds after the first quake, 2 aftershocks were reported in Lamont, and 4 additional aftershocks struck in the Grapevine area. The aftershocks were reported between 9:10 p.m. and 9:46 p.m., with preliminary magnitudes ranging from 2.5 to 4.5. And that's a pretty big earthquake, man. Nearly 24 hours after the first earthquake hit, the USGS detected more than 60 aftershocks within 20 miles of the epicenter. All right. So real quick, let me read this again. Luke 21:11. And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall be there from heaven. All right, so these are, you know, pretty big signs to be looking out for. And this isn't just the only sign. There was uh, I believe there was a hurricane out there in Florida. I believe it was a hurricane, or maybe it was something else. But Lord will you brothers out there are safe and sound. You know, so there's been a lot of great signs. You know, this is Mark 13:8. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquake in divers places, and there shall be famines of troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows. All right, so I wholeheartedly believe that we are approaching the beginning of sorrows. You know, people are gonna be laughing at us. People already laugh at us. You know, and it's all good. We're gonna be the ones laughing after. All right. Let me continue reading. The earthquake prompted the Los Angeles Fire Department to scan the city for damage and structural concerns. Late Tuesday night, Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass announced no injuries or damage reported on the city level. USGS is asking those who felt the small earthquakes to report on the agency's website. All right, so that's pretty much it. All of the article. I know I'm gonna be putting some clips of people that felt the earthquake. Like I said, we felt it here, but it wasn't that bad. It was just like a shake. But you go 100 miles northwest, and it was something else. Everybody there, they probably felt it. So let me get. Read Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All right. All right, and you get an earthquake over there in Florida, and you get one literally across the whole United States. Out here in LA, in California. So the Lord is coming. That was probably like a warning shot, to be honest. It was probably more of a warning shot than anything else. To everybody out there. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make a little lesson on this. Bring it out because these are we're approaching some dangerous times. All right. So let me finish off on this. 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come, which means dangerous. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more of Yahweh, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. For such turn away. We are approaching these times. How can with that?
California's earthquake early warning system was finally put to the test on a very large scale yesterday night. Unfortunately, I was off-grid camping in the mountains, so I wasn't able to talk about this right away. Just before 9:10 p.m. yesterday, a moderate magnitude 5.2 earthquake took place due southwest of Bakersfield. This quake was originally a 5.7 but was since revised down to a magnitude 5.2. Not only did more than 20,000 people across Central and Southern California report feeling shaking, but millions of people also received an earthquake early warning on their phone. For those of you that felt it, you probably saw a warning that looked something like this. In the 18 hours since the earthquake and me filming this video, there has been upwards of 250 aftershocks from this 5.2. It also looks like these earthquakes are occurring on a fault that was not previously known, which isn't too unreasonable considering you really don't need a massive fault to generate an earthquake that big. The main point though is that It is California. We are going to have earthquakes anywhere, anytime, whenever they want. For most Californians, this was probably the first time they saw an earthquake early warning on their phone. Now, most of you probably just laughed this earthquake off, as you should have, but whenever we do have a much bigger earthquake in the future, say upwards of 7.0, that early warning system is going to save lives. If you ever see that alert again and you aren't given a magnitude, always assume the worst. Complacency can be deadly in situations like that. Be sure to drop a like and a follow for more updates.